because the industry's done, there's 180 good working people that are out of their jobs.
Tonight we're hearing from the CEO of the Canadian company which lost its salmon farm lease with the state after the net pen collapse from last August.
Today, the Washington State Senate voted to end 35 years of Atlantic salmon farming.
So now in a rare interview, King 5's Glenn Farley speaks to the man whose name is on the company letterhead.
Has last August's collapse of a net pen releasing Atlantic salmon sunk fish farming in Washington?
Let me shed one more.
Governor Inslee today on TVW.
We're going to see these failures in the future if we continue down this road. They are inevitable.
It was this report by 3 state agencies, Ecology, Fish and Wildlife, and Natural Resources, that strongly condemned Cooke Aquaculture's Atlantic salmon operations, which those agencies say resulted in the release of around 250,000 non-native fish and set off a frenzy to try and catch as many as possible. The company was fined $332,000 last week, and over the weekend, Lands Commissioner Hillary Franz announced this.
I issued a letter of termination to Cooke Aquaculture, terminating their lease at Cypress Island.
And this is company CEO Glenn Cooke of St. John, New Brunswick, Canada.
We believe there's lots of errors in this report, and I'm not here to, criticize Mrs. Franz or that type of thing, but there's a lot of errors in this report.
Cooke says there's no way 250,000 salmon were released.
The numbers we reported on a daily basis add up to a different number, and they were there and they recorded those numbers on a daily basis. I'm totally confused to how they can have people there and then come and allude to there's a different number of fish.
The state says Cooke's employees allowed tons of marine growth to build up on the salmon pen's nets, that all but one net cleaner didn't work, meaning that on August 19th, instead of tidal pressure passing through the nets, pressure simply tore the pen loose from its moorings and collapsed it. As for photos like these, dated 3 weeks after the incident, Cooke says much of what's in this picture could have grown in that fast.
So you think much of that growth could have happened between the time of the incident and when?
Absolutely, that's just scientific. I mean, that's if you're not washing, cleaning your nets during a period of time, that's going to happen.
Cooke Aquaculture operates fish farms around the world. Now it's trying to not only save its operations here, but an entire industry in Washington State.
We're a family-based company. We're not some public company that sits out there and decides, oh, gee, let's cut our losses and run. Our losses would be our employees. I don't think people understand that, but that's a huge thing for me personally.
In Olympia, Glenn Farley, King 5 News.
Now Cooke says he is willing to invest in new pens and some new equipment and raise only female fish to try and calm fears that salmon could colonize local rivers.